Hey everyone, I am back with another process video, and I am continuing to use the April Scraptastic I Lived kit and add-on. So I'm just kind of showing you here what some of the papers are. I had gone ahead and removed part of that blue piece of paper because I knew that I was going to want to use it for backing the photos. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the striped background sheet to that blue paper. And of course, wouldn't you know, I stuck the two sheets of paper together. So I had to rub that adhesive off the back there so it wouldn't stick to any more. And I almost stuck it back on top of there. I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah. I tell ya. All right. So I got that stuck down. I was kind of looking at the back side of that sheet of paper to see if there were any of those blocks that I might want to cut out for something. There's a bunch of them on there, and I think I just decided that if there really was something I wanted, hopefully I wouldn't cut into it, but more than likely I'm not going to really remember what phrases I end up cutting out anyways, so. Alright, so I backed the photos on that second photo mat, and I'm about to back it on a third photo mat. I can tell you that the red paper ends up not sticking, or not staying, I shouldn't say sticking, but I like it, but it looks too much like the 4th of July, or, you know, just because it's red, white, and blue. And I notice it right away. That's why I'm sitting there tapping my fingers, staring at it like, ugh, I don't like it. So, you know, I do what, you know, probably a lot of us do when I'm thinking and not sure what to do with it. I start to play with some other things. So I'm just kind of going through the papers in the kit, trying to pull out some items that I think I might use. Just giving everything kind of a nice look over to see if there's anything that really stands out. I thought I'd try to see if this yellow would take away from it looking so much like red, white, and blue. I even tried this big blocky striped paper and decided that it just wasn't going to work. So I am using the dental floss trick to pull those pieces of paper apart without ripping things or bending stuff, and that worked out good, and I like this much better. So I need to actually take a little bit of time to rub off the adhesive that's on the back of there, just because I'm not 100% sure that where I wanted it sticking down. So I went off camera to do that. I also outlined the photo mat, the white photo mat, and the striped paper. I also used the Pebbles corrugated stickers, and I'm showing you here where I ran out of ease, so I used the Amy Tan corrugated letters, which they look different than the other ones, than the ones from Pebbles, but you know, it's pretty obvious when you know that it's not from the same collection or the same sticker sheet, but to me, you know, if you don't know it, it's not that obvious. So I also have this acrylic shape from Scraptastic that says happy, and I'll end up using that. I'm outlining a label. I don't outline everything on this page, but most of it gets outlined. And I'm showing you here, I have every number except for the 0, so I can't do 20, 15. So I'm going to end up just using the 1 and the 5. Excuse me. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to do about a 20. So I have a bunch of wood veneer here that I know that I have some letters and numbers somewhere in one of these containers. So I'm kind of going through that and looking for where those are at. And I do spend a little bit of time doing that. I think at one point it gets cut off, or I actually go off camera. What ends up happening is I found the ones that I was looking for, but they were a little too tall and narrow. They just didn't work with the font of that 15. So, and I apologize if you guys can hear my dogs. They have been sleeping for like hours, and I swear the minute I start doing a video, it's probably because I'm talking. They're like awake now and, you know, want me to go pay attention to them. So after this narration, I'll have to run and let them out and give them dinner. So anyways, here's where I'm at now with the 20. I decided that I'm going to go ahead and use the 15, but I'm going to write out the word 20 in those tile stickers. So I wanted to make sure that I could get the letters on there even. So I'm just pulling off the letters I need, and I'm about to start putting them on there. Where I'm actually pushing them down. So, and I know that when I put this label down, I want the 15 to be kind of in the right hand corner, but I don't like where the label goes. So I decided that I need to move that 15 over just a tiny bit to make it look like the 20 goes with the 15. And I think that's good enough. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use my dot adhesive to put the acrylic shape down. And again, I don't have any problems with using my dot adhesive runner to make these acrylic shapes stick. And I'm going to use those white cut aparts that came in the kit. And I'm pulling out some star wood veneer and outlining those cutouts with black marker. That just helps them stand out a little bit more. They look nice with the white, but just to give it a little bit more contrast against that striped page. And I'm just looking again to see if there's anything else that I might be able to use. I do end up using some flair, and I'm thinking that I get that from, not from the kit. And I can't think of where it's from. I can imagine the paper line, but I can't think of it off the top of my head what company it comes from. But I'm adding these wood veneer stars, and I do end up adding some Heidi Swap Color Shine at some point. I don't know that gets recorded. But I think this is a little bit down the ways anyways, because I do add some enamel dots too. This is the second time I've done this narration. That's how I'm way ahead of the game. Telling you what's about to happen before, way before it's going to happen. All right. I believe I move into the enamel dots at this point. Oh no, there's the flare. So there's a star, one with a bunch of stars, and then one that says Dream Big. And they are flat on the back, so I'm able to just go ahead and add regular adhesive. I don't need to add any pop dots to it, which is nice. And there's my enamel dots. I've been using this using those throughout the whole kit, and I'm really excited because I end up using the entire pack at the end of this layout, or with the layout here. So it's nice with that striped paper. I mean, basically the enamel dots that come in the kit match the colors in the kit, and this striped paper, you know, it has every color, so I can use whatever enamel dots are left. And that's basically what I do. So I'm showing you here. I emptied it. Yay. It's always exciting when you can empty a package of embellishments. And I wasn't there the night of graduation, so I don't really have a ton of journaling to do. So since this is for my niece's book, I just put you and dad on graduation night. I'm using a best day ever sticker there. I believe the layout is almost completed. Yeah, I went off camera and did the spritzing with the color shine, so you didn't get to see that, but you know me, I probably had to have it sit off and dry, or else I'd smush the ink all over the place. Alright, so here's the still shots. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.